Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I talk a lot about Salesforce. Today we're going to be going over how to create a text area long field. Now that is a mouthful, but there are a bunch of different types of text fields that you can use within Salesforce. There are different rhymes and different reasons for using each type of text field, both in practice as well as on Salesforce exams. One thing I will say on Salesforce exams is that in practice, you may want to use one type of field that is a little bit easier to use. You won't run into many errors. However, if you're on a Salesforce exam and the question says some type of limit on a type of field and you know that it can be done with all the types of fields, but you'll want to go with the smallest answer or the most simple answer. So an example here, the requirements are that you need to have some type of text on different lines. Then you would want to go with the most simple answer here, which would be the text area field, even though you can do it with anything that is greater than a text area field. But let's just jump back into the example here. Got a little sidetracked. Let's go into setup. And then I have created a project object. That's a custom object that we are going to create this new field on. All right, I texted it in the quick find, but we actually want to go in the object manager. Can you tell that I have toddlers? Let's go ahead and go into project here. And then into fields and relationships. All right, we are going to go into creating this new field. And then this is where we're going to do the field type. So like I was saying before, text field. That's just going to be a limit of 255 characters on a single line. Text area is going to be 255 characters on separate lines. And then we're going to go to the text area long field. So you can be very verbose. It has a limit of, I'm going to actually copy this so then I can grab and set that at the limit. Personally, I just like to set the limit as the highest because I don't really see the reason for limiting it in most circumstances, as well as your users will probably be pretty sad or pretty upset if they keep running into errors. So I am going to click next here. Okay, well, I guess I didn't necessarily need to copy that over, but I'm just going to paste it. So the field label and the scenario for this field is that we have another field that is hurdles. Now, I'm just going to have this be hurdles expanded. So I've worked with a lot of executives on setting up various Salesforce orgs. A lot of them just want to come in and see things at a glance. So that's why I limited hurdles on the number of characters so then the executives can go in and see, oh, these are the hurdles. Now, a lot of the people that will be using Salesforce want to explain more about the hurdles. That's what this is going to be. I am going to say hurdles expanded, okay? And it will automatically enter in the field name. Visible lines is going to be 3. You can expand that based upon user feedback. Anything with a red line is going to be required. I am just going to leave everything as is. It looks great for my purposes here. Okay, now you're going to set the field level security. This is how you open up the field, and this is how you lock down the field. If we have 2 separate settings and there's different variations of what happens, let's run through these real quick. Okay, if nothing is checked, then no one can see it on the front end of Salesforce. If visible is checked, then people can see it, people can edit it. If visible and read-only is checked, then people can only see it, they can't edit it at all. And you cannot have it where only read-only is checked and visible is unchecked. If it's read-only, it has to be visible. So that is going to be that. I'm just going to leave it as is and hit next. And then this is going to be adding it to the page layout, which is the front end of Salesforce and how you see the fields in which order. Okay, I'm going to go over to the front end of Salesforce. Remember to refresh it to sync up the back end with the front end. And I'm going to search for projects up here. Then we can either create new or we can go into a record. I'm going to go into a record here. Now it is not there yet. This can take some time. This can take up to 30 minutes is what I have experienced, but this should be fairly quick because I don't have a lot of customization within this org. If it goes longer than 30 minutes, Then I would start troubleshooting as far as if it's on the page layout, if I can access the object, if it's checked on for my profile and what have you, or if there's any type of server outage. Okay, hopefully we can refresh it and see it. Sometimes if I edit it, it will work. All right, there we go. We can see hurdles expanded here. Fun fact, if you have like these two little lines that are on both hurdles and hurdles expanded, you can drag it down to expand the box if you need to. But that is going to be how you create a text area long field and some of the scenarios of why you'd want to use it versus another type of field. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter at EmilyCallMBA. You can check out the courses on LinkedIn Learning, Salesforce Upskill, and Udemy Business. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.